right, so we're gonna find, first we're gonna find the sternal notch, and that's gonna be right here. Then we're gonna move to our SC joints, and that's just laterally from the sternal notch. Then we're gonna find our clavicle, and you're gonna use that with multiple fingers because it's very long. So clavicle. Then you're gonna find your AC joint, which is at the end of the clavicle where the acromion and the clavicle meet. So that's gonna be this notch right here. Next, you're gonna find your acromion process. So you're going to get off of the AC joint and you're gonna palpate that with 3 fingers. Okay, so that's her acromion process right there. Back, front, in the middle. And then we're gonna find our greater tubercle. So you're gonna find your acromion process. Well, first we're gonna put my patient into anatomical position and get it, okay? And then we're gonna find our acromion process. And you're going to move just distally. So you're gonna move down. And then that notch right here, acromion. Right here, that's your greater tubercle. And then we will find our coracoid process. So you're going to find you're gonna follow the clavicle just 3/4 of the way down, right there. That's your coracoid process. Next, we're going to find our bicipital groove. So I'm gonna put my patient back into anatomical position, and we're going to find our acromion process. And then you're going to move just down to find the greater tubercle. And then you're going to move right in front of it. And so that is going to be our bicipital groove. And I'm going to have my patient internal and external. Internal and external. Bicipital groove. Alright, and then next we're going to find our spine of our scapula. Just back here. So this right here is our spine of our scapula. You can go up and down, up and down, up and down. Spine of the scapula. Next, we're going to find our medial border of our scapula. So you're going to put your hand in the small of your back, right back there. So you got your medial border where my index finger is, and the the lateral border where my thumb is. That's the lateral border. This is the medial border. Okay, so next we're going to find our medial and lateral epicondyle. We're going to put her into a flex position. And we got our lateral epicondyle. It's that notch right there. Then we got our medial epicondyle right there. That's our bump. And then next we will find our radial head. So that is going to be, we're going to put you in the flex position. And you're going to find your lateral epicondyle and your olecranon, and you're going to go right between them, and then you're going to go just down just a little bit, and I'm going to have her pronate and supinate. Oh, hold on. We're going to find our lateral epicondyle and our olecranon. Put our hand right there, and pronate and supinate. Pronate, supinate, and you'll feel a movement in there. So next we're going to find our olecranon. That's just right there. Boop. And then our ulnar styloid process. So you're going to find the head of the ulna, and that is just right here beside it, and that's that sharp point right there. That's your ulnar styloid process. Next you're going to find your triquetrum. So you're going to find, so it's going to be right here and right above the head of the ulna. And I'm going to have you radial deviate. And you're going to feel that movement right there. And that is going to be your triquetrum. Okay, so then, what are we finding? Our pisiform. So your pisiform is right here on the palm of your hand. It's going to be right on the ulnar side. And it's going to be that bump that's right there. That's the pisiform. So next you're going to find your hamate, and you go to your pisiform and you just go diagonally toward the index finger, and then you're going to feel a little like a spot right there, a soft spot, and then you're gonna go down down, and then you're gonna feel a hook. That's gonna be the hook of the handmade. All right, and then you're gonna find your radial styloid process, find your radius, follow it down to the end of the head, and you're gonna feel that point. And that's gonna be the radial styloid process. Now we're gonna find the scaphoid, so you're gonna make an anatomical snuff box. It's gonna be like this. Yes, you got a very nice anatomical snuff box. So at the bottom of the anatomical snuff box, when you undo it, that's the scaphoid that pops up. Scaphoid. You're gonna find your trapezoid and your trapezium. So you're gonna go back to your snuff box and you're gonna go just distally, and you're gonna fill your trapezium and your trapezium and your trapezoid. Trapezium and trapezoid, we palpate those together. So then you're gonna find your dorsal tubercle. That's gonna be right on the dorsal surface of the radius. So radius right here, dorsal tubercle is gonna be a little knot. Dorsal tubercle. So then you're gonna find the lunate, and you're gonna, first you gotta find the dorsal tubercle, and then you're gonna go just distally. And you're gonna fill dorsal tubercle, dorsal tubercle, and then you're gonna go right here. Okay, so then you're gonna feel a bump, and then whenever you're gonna flex her or extend her wrist, and then she's gonna flex it, and the lunate is gonna pop up. Flex or extend, and then flex. The lunate is gonna pop up, and then right in front of the lunate, you gotta find the lunate first, and then you can go right in front of it, and that's gonna be the capitate. All right, and then right at the end are your metacarpals, right above the tarsal or carpal bones. The carpal bones are your metacarpals. So next we're gonna do the muscles, and we're gonna find the pectoralis major. So you're going to resist abduction. So you're gonna put your hands like this, and then I'm gonna find your pectoralis major. That's gonna be this muscle that's right there. Oh, sorry. It's very sensitive. So pectoralis major is right there. And then next we will find our pec minor. So your pec minor, you're gonna put your hand in the small of your back. You're gonna go find your coracoid process on the 2/3 of the way down. And then I'm gonna go right below it, and that's gonna be your pec minor. And I'm gonna have her lift her hand up and put it back down. Up, back down. And you're gonna feel the pec minor contracting. Next, you're gonna find the deltoid. For the deltoid, you're going to resist abduction. So I'm gonna put my hand right here at the top of the shoulder, and I'm gonna hold, you're gonna try to abduct, pull your hand up, and I'm gonna hold it. So try, do it one more time. All right, so now you feel the deltoid contracting. And you're gonna do the bicep brachii next. Brachii, I'm gonna put your hand into a flex position with it supinated, and you're gonna feel right here just on your bicep, and you're gonna resist elbow flexion. And you can feel the bicep brachii contracting. Here. Now we're gonna find the serratus anterior. So you're gonna put your arm right straight in front of you, and the serratus anterior is gonna be right here on the upper 9 ribs. And I'm going to hold her arm while she tries to flex it. Up. One more time. All right, so now you feel the serratus anterior flexing. I'm sorry. And now we're gonna find the trapezius next. So you're going to, traps are right here. So I'm gonna have you adduct your scapula, put your arms back. All right, so that's your trapezius flex or contracting right here. Trapezius, and then release. Adduct your scapula and release. All right, your trapezius contracting. Next, we're gonna find your rhomboid. So you're gonna put your hand in the small of your back, and right here on the medial side of your scapula, you're gonna feel a muscle right here. So now you're going to lift your arm up and release. So there's a space right there, and it's filling up, and that's your rhomboids. That's filling that space up. Rhomboids contracting right here. So now we're going to find the latissimus dorsi. So I probably need to do this one. Okay. Yeah. So now and you're going to resist adduction. So you're gonna push your arm down. Great. You have a great latissimus dorsi, Jasmine. All right, so contract again. All right, can you get, please stop. Can you get over here so you can see this, Skylar? All right, contract. So your latissimus dorsi is right there. And then, so next we're going to find the pectoralis major. So we're gonna do the same movement of the latissimus dorsi. You're going to push your arm down on my shoulder to resist adduction. And there's gonna be a horizontal muscle right here, right above the latissimus dorsi, and that's your pectoralis major. One more time. Okay, right there. So now we're gonna find the levator scapulae. So you're gonna put your hand on the small of your back, and I'm gonna find the trapezius, and I'm just gonna go right above it, and then you're gonna briskly elevate your shoulders. Elevate, one more time. And you're gonna feel a muscle contracting right above the trapezius, and that's your levator scapula. Then you're gonna get into anatomical position. I'm gonna find your acromion process. Then I'm gonna go down and find your greater tubercle. Acromion process, find your greater tubercle. Your greater tubercle. And so now I'm just gonna go right here beside it, and that is going. Now you're gonna roll your arm. One more time. Roll. Okay, so that's gonna be, your greater tubercle is coming up here. So it's gonna be the insertion for the rotator cuffs. Okay, so now we're gonna find the spine of the scapula. One more time, right here. And right above it is the supraspinatus. And below it is the infraspinatus and the teres minor. They live in there. Now we're gonna do the subscapularis. So you will now, I'm gonna hold your arm, and you're gonna have to dig into the armpit, and you're going to go on the anterior wall or the medial. So you're gonna go onto the anterior wall of the scapula, and that's going to be the subscapularis. So now we're gonna find the brachialis. So it's gonna be right underneath the bicep brachii, and I'm gonna have you flex your arm in a pronated position. And now you're going to flex your elbow. And you're gonna feel that muscle contracting right underneath the bicep brachii. So now we're gonna find the brachioradialis. So you're gonna have your arm in a flexed neutral position, like that. And so you're going to resist elbow flexion. This muscle right there, that's the brachioradialis, right there, contracting. Now we're gonna find the pronator teres. So you're going to put your arm into a pronated position. I'm going to find the hollow space in the antecubital region, and you're going to pronate and supinate. Pronate, supinate, pronate, supinate, and that's going to be the muscle that's contracting right in there on the floor of it. So now we're going to find the ulnar nerve. So you're going to find the medial epicondyle right over here, and the olecranon, and right in between that is the ulnar nerve, right in between the medial epicondyle and the olecranon, ulnar nerve. Okay, so now we're gonna find the wrist extensors and the supinators. Here, I can try to. Wrist extensors and the, now we're gonna find the wrist extensors and the supinators. Here, I can try to hold it. And we're gonna find the lateral epicondyle. So now I'm going to have you resist wrist extension. Yes, thank you. Resist wrist extension. And you're gonna feel those muscles contract. Now we're gonna find the wrist flexors. So you're gonna find the medial epicondyle, and you're going to resist flexion, or resist wrist flexion. So try to flex. And right there, you can feel the muscles contract. The wrist flexors, also the pronators. So now we're gonna find the tricep brachii. So you're gonna put your hand up and you're going to resist elbow extension. Right here. That's the tricep brachii contracting down there. Now we're gonna find the flexor carpi ulnaris. So first you're gonna find the pisiform and right below it. So now we're going to resist wrist flexion. And you're gonna feel a muscle contracting right in there. So now we're gonna find the flexor digitorum superficialis. So you're gonna flex your fingers. Do like this. Okay, so I need to find your palmaris longus. That's weird. Palmaris longus. And then the flexor ulnaris. So you're gonna feel, you can stop. Now, so you can feel a little soft spot right here and wiggle your fingers. So you're gonna feel a muscle contracting right in there. You're gonna flex your fingers. Can you do it like that? Okay, so you're gonna flex your fingers and you're gonna see this muscle right there, and that's the palmaris longus. And then flex them again. So right here beside that one on the radial side is the flexor carpi radialis. So now we're gonna find the hypothenar eminence. And so this is the hypothenar. It's gonna be that little fat pad right there. And we're gonna find the thenar eminence. And so that's gonna be that one right there. And there's 4 muscles in there, 3 muscles in there. Demonstrate how to make an anatomical snuff box to my patient. So right there, you have your anatomical snuff box. You're gonna flex your thumb. Yep, perfect. So right there on the radial side is your, on the ulnar side is your extensor pollis longus, and on the radial side is your extensor pollis brevis. So now we're gonna find the extensor carpi radialis longus. So first you have to find your dorsal tubercle. It's right there. And you're just gonna go just distal to it. And now you're going to resist wrist extension. And you're gonna feel that muscle contracting right in there. We're gonna find the extensor digitorum. So you're going to extend your fingers. These are the extensor digitorum, right there. So now we're gonna find the extensor carpi ulnaris. So you're gonna find the radial head. You're gonna find the ulnar head. You're gonna go just distal to it, and you're going to resist wrist extension. And you can feel that contracting. One more time. Okay, and that's it. Cool.